Talk to me about the turnaround by Dani Ceballos. Now he's getting a lot of minutes consistently. I was talking to my group and I was saying it's like 5 years too late. Like he's playing this great, but he gives a type of balance to the team that Tchouaméni and even Camavinga do not, with respect to moving the ball around. Sometimes he does slow the game down.
Yes, he does.
But he does give like an equilibrium where you are wondering, oh, sometimes you just need him. And Carlo Ancelotti is giving him consistent starts right now.
Absolutely. And I think, look, you say that they need him, and that is because, in truth, if you look at Real Madrid's squad, there is nobody who does what Ceballos does, which is not quite the same, but it's similar to what Toni Kroos did. And there is no one who can do that except Ceballos. Now, I agree with you personally. I think sometimes he slows the game down. I actually thought his first half tonight was terrible. Really terrible. And I thought he slowed the game too much. But in the second half, he got hold of the ball. He makes things happen. The other thing I like about him is he's willing. So he'll go and get the ball deep and carry it. He'll try and push up the top of the pitch. He'll make fouls when he has to. He'll have those moments where he'll invent a foul if he needs to, where he'll try and slow the game down when it's a good moment. And I think he's really, really important because he can do those things. My worry with him would be what happens when he plays against a very, very, very physically aggressive team. So I'm not sure that Man City is a problem for him. But for example, I think Liverpool would be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With
I think Barcelona are. Yeah. I actually thought Atletico would be more of a problem today than they have been, although actually in the first half I thought he struggled. But I think he's really important for exactly the reasons that you're saying, because he's the only one really who's a ball-playing midfielder. I've had that hope for Camavinga for a while, but I'm starting to think maybe Camavinga isn't quite that player. And Ceballos is the nearest thing to it.
Definitely, and he's showing that he still has it in the tank.
Look, this comes back to something I said a minute ago, which is everybody else's best player is Real Madrid's sub.
Yeah.
Like Dani Ceballos, you put him in any team in Spain except Madrid, Atletico or Barcelona, and he's the best player on the pitch by miles. But here is a sub. Not now, he's now in the team. But this is what we have to remember, is that the bad players at Real Madrid are still amazing.
Definitely, bad players still amazing. Great to see that. And before you go, who was your man of the match today and why? Last question.
That's a good question. And actually, I was thinking about this and talking about this after the game on ESPN. And I felt like it was a game there wasn't an obvious candidate. For me, there were a handful of good players. I really liked both Tchouaméni and Asensio. Yeah. And Asensio, for me, really stands out. But I mean, I always wonder when I watch Asensio and when other people watch Asensio, if in part we overrate him because we see a kid and we want to like a kid and we want him to come through. But the speed and the aggression with which he played tonight was really important. Okay. So I think Asensio is a very good candidate. I think Rodrigo's a good candidate. I think Tchouaméni's a good candidate. But for me, the best player on the pitch for Real Madrid was Jude Bellingham.
He could have scored a brace today. I think he had a soul out.
And he was involved in things. And in that first half when Madrid was struggling, he was the one occasionally going a bit too far, but putting in tackles, running at people, trying to make things happen. And I like Bellingham's attitude, even on those days when he's not at his best form.
I think even on his bad days, he's just going to give 100%. He's going to press till the byline when the ball is passed, then he's going to run back. He's panting.
If I have a doubt with Bellingham, and it's only a very small doubt, it's about the reading of the game. And I think sometimes there is a tendency to try and do too much. Yeah. But I think in this midfield, which is very open, because Madrid play 4 at the front, 4 at the back, and sort of 2 in the middle, Bellingham is the one person, obviously, of that front 4 that kind of adds to the rest of them, and that helps, I think, to make it possible for Real Madrid to fill those gaps that they couldn't otherwise fill.
And thank you again. Thank you. Like I could continue this conversation for hours, but without seeing you also,
it's a little late for that.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you so much again, Sid Lowe, for doing this. Pleasure always. This is Sid Square, guys. After the derby on Let's Be Real, comment and subscribe to us. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much.